Hi, my name is Anna, and first of all, I would like to apologize right now because I was going to present this with like a projector, but couldn't get it to work, so here we are. So today I'm talking to you about carbon sequestration in rocks, which is just how to store carbon in rocks. So the reason that we need to even be talking about this is because we're in the middle of a climate crisis. So basically what's happening is that there are excess greenhouse gases that are being trapped in the atmosphere, and it's kind of acting like a blanket. So I'm going to use my mask as the blanket. So it's just kind of like sitting over Earth at the moment, and it's warming it up, which is not good. So one of the effects of this is that the sea levels are rising, which we talked about in lab. And it's putting islands and coastal towns and cities in danger, which is also not very great. And then because of global warming, the climate and the weather are drastically changing. There's a lot more severe storms like hurricanes, floods, and droughts. And not only are they happening more frequently, they're also getting more severe, which is not very fun. So the best way to stop this climate crisis is to stop the burning of fossil fuels that the human race is doing at the moment. However, we've gone a bit too far, and so that isn't the only thing that we can do to stop. And we have to start looking at ways to pull greenhouse gases out of the atmosphere. So I have a few possible solutions that I'm going to be showing you today. Some people would prefer to solve this climate crisis by using carbon neutral items or like electric cars or stuff like that, or planting more trees. And those are all fantastic ideas, fantastic things to do. But we need to be looking at long-term fixes and solutions. And so I personally think that the best option is to store this carbon in rocks. So one of the companies that I had been looking into is called CarbFix, and they're actually pulling CO2 out of the atmosphere, and then it's right here. So you're pulling CO2 from the atmosphere, and then you're mixing it with charged water, and then you're just injecting it into the ground and kind of hoping that it catches on and mineralizes with the minerals that are in the ground. And so it's going to catch and form some sort of a basalt rock. And then I think that the biggest problem with CarbFix is that it's not a guarantee that it's going to catch on and become a mineral, and even when it does, it takes a really long time for it to form into a mineral, and so it's just not doing enough to be considered like a permanent fix and like a solid way to go about it. Another one that I really like is by increasing the ocean's alkalinity. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be dissolving rocks and minerals that have a high alkalinity, and then just putting them in the ocean. And so you could do like a machine that does that and then put it in, or you could find a way to do it within the ocean. But basically what this does is that it leads to an excess and like a buildup of calcium, magnesium, sodium, and like all these ions that are just looking for carbon dioxide to merge with and like attach itself onto, so that it becomes a solid bicarbonate ion. And I really like this idea because what happens when this happens is that when you increase the ocean alkalinity levels, it's also helping reverse ocean acidification, and it has so many positive effects of this. You're stopping coral bleaching, and you're helping shellfish shells not be broken apart, which is so awesome. And I will say that there are some problems with this as well, because it can't be a huge fix unless we have tons and tons of these being dropped into the ocean, and so it's not a permanent fix yet. But I wanted to show you guys this chemical equation. So basically, if you mix calcium carbonate, carbon dioxide, and water, it becomes calcium and then calcium bicarbonate. and then these become calcium bicarbonate. So I'm a big fan. I think that the best option that we have at the moment is to try and put all of our energy behind finding a more permanent solution, maybe figuring out how to fix the issue with carb fix, see if there's some way that we could just make it stick, you know? But I personally think that if we can just figure out the problem with what carb fix is doing, then we can change the world. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed.